On everyone, back for another KBO breakdown for Wednesday, 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time. As always, a five-gamer for KBO tonight, so let's get right into it. Drop a like down below and subscribe if you have not already. Hope you guys all had a great day yesterday. Continue to keep the KBO rolling. Make that 5 of last 6 slates cashed on Draftkings, and Fanduel did well as well. Fanduel scored 155, and Draftkings scored almost 130. With the stacks that I mentioned yesterday, Lodi was a bit disappointing, but had mixed in some KT, which was great. I had the catcher from the Heroes, who was amazing with over 25 draft team points. Ramos went yard, so it was solid and looking to keep it going. So let's get right into it. If you want to join us, you can hit the website. Links in description. Follow on Twitter at the DFS process for updates and if anything changes throughout the day. So let's get started here. Today, there's a lot of very, very good pitching options. Seems like every team, most of these teams have their top guys going at it today. We have a pitching duel in DOO game with Koo versus Flexen. Koo has been the best pitcher and is the best pitcher in the KBO. Priced up to 10,000, the matchup is definitely scary against DOO. But the reason I think it's definitely playable here still is just because he's so good. And a lot of their hitters are lefties as a lefty on lefty matchup like Fernandez, J.O., J1 Kim, Choi. So there's going to be a lot of lefties in this lineup right now. There's 3 righties projected only. So even though they're not huge strikeout hitters, I think the lefty-lefty matchup is going to make it a little bit difficult for them. And Koo is just that good of a pitcher. He could definitely be pitching in the big leagues right now. He goes very deep into the game. 8 innings last time out, over 100 pitches. Very good at getting strikeouts. Doesn't walk many. Gives up very few hits. So he's very efficient, unlike a lot of these pitchers, and that allows him to accumulate fantasy points big time. And there's always value on KBO for the bat, so no problem paying up at pitcher for him. Other guy I like a lot is Tyler Wilson. Um, I like Koo, Tyler Wilson, and Dan Straley are the 3 pitchers that I had the most interest in. But Tyler Wilson is very, very cheap, 7,500. He got off to a slow start in the first start, but bounced back in a nice way last time out. He's a very good pitcher, and he should have a lot of success this year, especially in a matchup against the Samsung Lions, who we know their offense is not very good. The last 2 years, he had a 2.92 ERA and a 3.07 ERA. Decent strikeout stuff. Doesn't give up a ton of power either, so Tyler Wilson looks like a great pairing. With Koo, leaves you with over 4,000 still on your bats, which is very much doable. As far as stacks today, it's a little bit tougher just because there's a lot of good pitching options on the slate. I'd say that Lodi is in play against Lodi stack in play against Ganon, who has given up a lot of hits and runs so far this year. If we look at the pitching options today, I do like the KT stack. The KT stack today also looks very appealing against this Hanover Eagles pitcher, who is one of the less talented pitchers on the slate. Gives up some power. He pretty low, or last year actually was decent with the strikeouts, but gives up some runs. Actually, doesn't go very deep into the game. Only 7 quality starts last year in 22 games. So, and we know a lot of these teams' bullpens are pretty bad as well. So, definitely like the KT Wiz stack with the Lodi stack. I think the LG Twin stack looks good against Samsung just because they have some nice power hitters and they're priced pretty affordable on DraftKings. I don't think I'll have anybody in the Dinos DOO game. We have 2 very good pitchers going at it. And then I like the Heroes a bit just because they're facing an okay pitcher. Um, but it's definitely a spot that they could tag him for a couple runs. He gives up some power, but he is pretty good. But I just think that the pricing on some of these guys on the Heroes is appealing. And then, you could look at SK if you want, but they've just looked so bad this year. And their pricing is not cheap on DraftKings. They're always priced up with Romac and Choi, and those are the guys you want. So I'm not seeing a ton of value on that team on DraftKings, especially if I am paying up at pitching. So those are the 4 teams I like to stack today. At first base, Ramos continues to be underpriced on DraftKings. I don't know what he's going to have to do to get a price bump. He should be priced in the mid 4Ks to high 5,000 range. He is that good of a hitter. He's been crushing it so far this year in the KBO. 5 bombs, batting 400. It's right in the heart of the lineup. It is a lefty-lefty matchup, which is, if you're concerned about that, but you should get plenty of opportunities to face the bullpen Probably a couple at bats here, and he can still crush lefties. He has that much power. So Ramos 3,100 first base is just too cheap. Third base, I love the KT third baseman. I've been playing him quite a bit, and he's been amazing. Recently, with a lot of double-digit fantasy point games, he has a double-digit fantasy scores in 4 straight, and I think he can make it another one today against the Hannibal Eagles pitcher. He has a lot of power, only 1 home run so far this year, but over the past couple years, he's really shown off the power. And 4,700 Jay Huang at third base, especially since I will be stacking KT, looks to be a nice play just because he is sitting right in the heart of the lineup and is a very, very stacked lineup. And they should put up a lot of runs this year. The problem with their team has been pitching, not hitting. They've been putting up runs. He bats sixth, but over the past couple years, as you see, plenty of power for him with a little bit of speed. And then a tremendous value play from the KT Wiz continues to be the shortstop. Woo-Jun Sim, leadoff hitter, 2,800 shortstop, feels a tough shortstop position. Get a guy with some speed, with just hitting at the top of the lineup, gives him opportunities to get you 5 at-bats, almost 6 at-bats sometimes. So, and he's not too bad of a hitter either. So Woo-Jun Sim, very, very affordable. And then probably the best hitter right now on the team. Sorry, Rojas, but Baiko Kang continues to be matching the ball. He's been showing off some incredible power. He is very, very young and he's very, very good. As you see, it's a lefty-righty matchup for him. I'm expecting him to crush. You could also play him at first base if you want, but definitely will be a part of my KT Wiz stacks, and I think he should be part of your KT Wiz stacks if you will be stacking the Wiz. On Fanduel today at pitcher, I like the NC pitcher for sure at $28, and Tyler Wilson at $26 is right there. And then Dan Straley is priced at only $23 if you want to get some savings and go to him. But I will stick with Koo just because on Fanduel especially, if he goes, strikeouts are pretty important on Fanduel. Ability to go deep into the game is important on Fanduel. So the Koo definitely has both of those abilities. And if they do get the win, that's another 6 points. Same 2 teams or same 4 teams. I'm really looking to stack KIW. Looks very good today. The Lodi Giants look pretty appealing. KT is probably my top stack of the slate, and then LG once again. From the KT side on FanDuel, I like them because they are affordable. Jay Guan Huang at our third baseman at infield spot is only $9 on FanDuel for the amount of power that he possesses and the upside that he has, hitting 6 in the lineup, right in front of or right behind some very good hitters that should be on base, and he can drive some runs in. Outfield, Baiko Kang, only $14 is too cheap for how good of a hitter he is. He should be 16, 17 bucks in a spot like this. And then infield wise, on the heroes, we have some cheap options. We have $12 for Park, who has so much power, and Ha-Seong Kim is starting to get it going. I just said that yesterday. He had a good game in terms of getting on base. He was on base, I think, 3 times or 4 times. Got hit by a pitch too, so got on base. Didn't get any stolen bases, but this guy has incredible speed. If he is on base, he will look to run, and it's a spot that they are facing I believe they're facing a righty. So if he is on base, then yeah, he's facing a righty. So if he is on base and he gets able to steal some bags, that will be very nice on FanDuel. Also has power too, and he doesn't strike out that much. So far his BABIP is incredibly low, but he only has like 9 strikeouts so far this year. So he is hitting the ball, putting it in play, and if he gets on base, he can do some serious damage on the base paths and put up a really nice fantasy score. So that's the breakdown for KBO for Wednesday. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Drop a like if you enjoy. Let's try to get 100 likes on the video, and see you all next time.